Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm your co-host, Julia. We're so happy to have you here with us today.
In today's episode, we're talking about something very powerful reading. You might think reading is just a quiet activity, but actually, it's one of the best ways to learn English and grow as a person.
That's right, Jason. Reading helps us learn new words, understand grammar naturally, and even improve our speaking and writing skills. Plus, reading can take you to new worlds even while you sit on your couch.
Exactly. Whether you read storybooks, news articles, or even short English posts online, every bit of reading helps you become more confident in English.
So in this episode, we'll talk about why reading is so important, how it helps you learn faster, what kinds of books or materials you should read, and how to build a daily reading habit.
And as always, we'll share some simple tips, real-life examples, and even a short practice activity for you to try after listening.
Sounds exciting, right? So let's get started and explore how reading can change the way you learn English and maybe even change your life.
So, Julia, let's start with the big question. Why does reading matter so much when learning English?
Great question, Jason. Reading is one of the easiest and most effective ways to improve your English. When you read, you don't just learn new words, you see how those words are used in real sentences.
Exactly. You learn grammar, expressions, and sentence structure naturally without having to memorize long grammar rules.
Yes. For example, when you read a short story or an article, your brain starts to recognize how English works. You notice how people use is, was, or have been without even thinking about it.
That's so true. Reading helps you feel the language, not just study it. It's like listening to music. The more you hear it, the more natural it becomes.
I like that example. Also, reading helps with pronunciation and speaking too. When you read regularly, you see words many times, so you remember how they sound when you say them.
Yes, and reading also builds confidence. Many learners are shy to speak English because they feel their vocabulary is small. But when you read, you keep discovering new words and phrases, and that gives you confidence to use them in conversation.
Absolutely. And the best part? You can read anytime and anywhere in bed, on the bus, or even during your lunch break. It's learning made simple.
That's right. Reading turns your free time into learning time, and that's a smart way to grow your English skills every day.
So, if you want to learn English faster and enjoy the process, start reading. Even just 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a big difference.
Perfectly said, Julia. All right, in the next part, we'll explore how reading not only helps with English, but also gives you the power of knowledge and new ideas about the world. You know, Julia, reading doesn't just help us learn English, it also helps us learn about life and the world around us.
That's so true, Jason. Every time we read, we open a door to new ideas, new cultures, and new ways of thinking. A single book can teach us things we might never experience in real life.
Exactly. For example, when you read stories from other countries, you learn about their traditions, food, and daily life. It's like traveling without a ticket.
I love that. Reading also makes us more understanding and kind. When we read about people's experiences, we start to see the world from their eyes. It helps us feel empathy that means understanding how others feel.
Yes, And that's the real power of knowledge. Reading fills your mind with ideas, but it also grows your heart. It makes you wiser, calmer, and more confident when you talk to others.
And here's something interesting. People who read often can connect better in conversations. They have more topics to talk about because they know a little bit about many things.
That's such a great point. Reading doesn't just build your English, it builds your personality. It helps you think deeply and express yourself clearly.
Absolutely. So if you want to grow your English in your mind, start reading something meaningful. Even one page a day can change your way of thinking.
Well said, Julia. Coming up next, we'll talk about different types of reading materials and how to choose the right ones for your level. Now that we understand how powerful reading can be, let's talk about something very important. What should English learners read?
Yes, Jason, there are so many choices out there. But the key is to choose reading materials that match your English level and your interests.
Exactly. If you're a beginner, you can start with graded readers. These are simple books written for English learners. The sentences are short, and the vocabulary is easy to understand.
That's a great place to start. You can also try reading children's storybooks. They're fun, easy, and full of simple English. Plus, they often have pictures that help you understand the story better.
Yes, and if you're a bit more advanced, you can try short news articles, blogs, or English magazines. They help you learn how English is used in real life.
And don't forget about social media posts or online stories. Many English teachers and writers share short, easy posts that are perfect for daily reading practice.
That's right. The important thing is to read what you enjoy. If you like stories, read stories. If you love sports, read about sports. Enjoyment keeps you motivated to read every day.
Exactly, Jason. Because when reading feels fun, it never feels like studying.
So true. In the next part, we'll talk about how reading can naturally improve your vocabulary and grammar without memorizing long lists. All right, Julia. Now let's talk about something every English learner wants: improving vocabulary and grammar.
Oh yes, Jason. Many students try to memorize long word lists or grammar rules, but reading helps you learn those things naturally.
Exactly. When you read a story or article, you see words again and again, but in different sentences. Your brain starts to understand how those words are used without you even trying.
Right. For example, if you read the sentence, "She went to the store yesterday," you start to learn how we use the past tense of go just by seeing it in context.
Yes, and that's much easier than memorizing a list that says, "Go went gone." Reading helps you feel how grammar works, not just remember it.
Also, reading shows you how words connect together, like make a decision, take a break, or have fun. You start to learn natural English expressions called collocations.
That's a great point. The more you read, the more natural your English becomes, because you're learning from real examples, not just rules in a textbook.
And the best part is, you don't even notice you're learning. It just happens while you enjoy the story.
Exactly. So, if you want to sound more fluent and natural, keep reading. It's the easiest grammar and vocabulary teacher you'll ever have.
Well said, Jason. In our next part, we'll share some simple tips on how to build a daily reading habit, even if you're busy.
So now that we know how helpful reading is, Julia, the next question is, how can learners build a daily reading habit?
That's a great question, Jason. Many people want to read more, but they say they don't have time. The truth is, you don't need a lot of time, you just need a little time every day.
Exactly. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. You can read in the morning before work, during lunch, or before going to bed.
Yes. It's not about reading for hours. It's about being consistent. Try to make reading a part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone.
That's so true. One simple tip is to always carry something to read a small book, a story on your phone, or an online article. That way, you can read anytime you have a few free minutes.
I love that idea. And here's another tip: choose something you enjoy. If you read topics that make you smile or inspire you, reading will feel fun, not like homework.
Exactly. And if you find a book too hard, don't worry. You can switch to an easier one. The goal is to understand and enjoy what you're reading.
Right. It's okay to start small, maybe just 1 page a day. Over time, you'll notice you can read longer and understand more, and that's how progress happens.
Beautifully said, Julia. Remember, small steps every day create big results over time.
Yes, reading a little every day keeps your English mind active, and soon it becomes a natural habit you look forward to.
That's perfect advice. And up next, we'll talk about how reading isn't just good for your English, it's also amazing for your mental growth and relaxation. You know, Julia, reading isn't only about learning English, it's also a great way to relax your mind.
That's right, Jason. When you read, your mind slows down. It helps you forget stress and focus on something peaceful. It's like a mini vacation for your brain.
Exactly. And reading also helps your mental growth. It makes you think deeply, imagine new things, and understand different emotions.
Yes, and that's why reading before bed or during quiet time can help you feel calm, focused, and even happier.
So true. Reading is not just for learning, it's for healing your mind, too.
Beautifully said, Jason. In the next part, we'll talk about some common mistakes English learners make when reading and how to fix them.
So, Julia, many English learners love reading, but sometimes they make small mistakes that stop them from improving.
Yes, Jason. One big mistake is trying to understand every single word. When learners stop too often to translate, they lose the flow and get bored.
Exactly. It's better to focus on the main idea of the story. You don't need to know every word, just understand what's happening.
Another mistake is choosing books that are too difficult. When it's too hard, learners feel frustrated and give up. It's always better to start simple and enjoy the process.
Right. And sometimes learners read too fast. It's okay to slow down and think about what you're reading. Reading is not a race, it's about learning and enjoying.
Well said, Jason. In the next part, we'll explore some real-life benefits of reading regularly and how it can change your English and your life.
Julia, we've talked a lot about learning English, but reading regularly has benefits beyond language.
Absolutely, Jason. Reading improves your writing, strengthens your memory, and even makes you more confident in conversations.
Yes. People who read often also become better thinkers. They can share ideas clearly, solve problems faster, and connect with others easily.
And it's amazing how small daily reading habits can add up. Just a few minutes a day can change your vocabulary, grammar, and confidence over time.
Exactly. Reading isn't just a hobby. It's a tool for personal growth and success.
In the next section, we'll give our listeners a fun mini reading practice activity they can try today.
All right, Julia. Now it's time for a fun mini activity for our listeners.
Yes. Here's a simple one. Pick a short paragraph from a book, article, or even a story online. Read it carefully and try to find 3 new words you didn't know before.
Once you find them, look up their meanings and try to use each word in a sentence. You can even say it out loud that helps you remember it better.
Exactly. This small activity takes just a few minutes, but it trains your brain to notice new words and remember them naturally.
And remember, the goal is not perfection, it's learning step by step. Little actions every day make a big difference over time.
So listeners, give it a try today. Even just 1 paragraph and 3 new words can improve your English.
Julia, before we finish, let's give our listeners some motivation. Reading every day can feel hard at first, right?
Yes, Jason, but even small steps count. Reading just a few minutes a day will improve your English and also grow your mind.
Absolutely. And think about real-life benefits. Reading gives you more confidence in conversations, helps you understand others, and even makes you feel calmer and happier.
Exactly. Plus, reading connects you to the world. You learn new ideas, meet interesting characters, and travel to places you've never been, all from a page.
So, listeners, keep reading consistently. Don't worry about mistakes or difficult words. Focus on enjoying the story and learning step by step.
Yes, remember, every page you read brings you closer to better English, more knowledge, and a stronger, more confident you.
Well said, Julia. And with that, let's move to our final part, the outro, and call to action. And that's a wrap for today's episode, everyone. We hope you enjoyed learning why reading is so important and how it can improve your English and your life.
Yes, remember, start small, be consistent, and choose reading materials that you enjoy. Every page you read makes a difference.
If you liked today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the English Learning Podcast and share it with your friends who want to improve their English too.
And we'd love to hear from you. Try our mini reading activity and let us know which new words you learned this week.
Exactly. Your journey to better English starts 1 page at a time, so keep reading, stay motivated, and enjoy the process.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next episode with more tips and fun ways to learn English. Bye for now, and happy reading.